President of Lake Superior State University, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 50th graduation ceremony. Please join us in the singing of the national anthem with our LSSU chorus led by Karen Beacom Hughes. Please be seated. Thank you, Karen and the LSSU chorus. That was beautiful. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you several distinguished guests here with us today. I ask that our guest stand to be recognized when I introduce them. Please hold your applause until all have been recognized. Those who attended the Sault Ste. Marie branch of Michigan College of Mining and Technology 50 or more years ago are seated in the first row. They are James Becking, please stand, Roger Borish, Robert Butler, Arthur R. Disbrow, Jean Huntoon, Joseph E. Kashego, Albert Novera, James Pinn, and Donald Sedestrom, our golden graduates. Thank you. On our stage today, please welcome Mr. Patrick K. Egan, Board of Trustees, Ms. Jenny L. Kronk, Board of Trustees, Mr. Scott Lindeman, Board of Trustees, Provost Maury Walworth, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs.
As Provost, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the academic deans and administration of Lake Superior State University. I will ask them to please stand and be recognized. Please hold your applause until all have been recognized. Dr. Donna Feeblecorn, Assistant Dean of the School of Education. Dr. David R. Finley, Dean of the College of Business, Engineering, and Economic Development. Dr. Paige Gordier, Interim Dean of the College of Arts, Letters, Social Sciences, and Emergency Services. Dr. Barbara J. Keller, Dean of the College of Natural and Mathematical Sciences. Ms. Sherry Brooks, Vice President for Finance. Mr. Tom Coates, Executive Director of the Foundation. Mr. William A. Lola, Vice President for Enrollment Services and Marketing. Mrs. Susan Fitzpatrick, Director of the Alumni Relations. Dr. Ken Paris, Vice President for Student Affairs. Thank you. It is also my pleasure to present to you a distinguished group that without their dedication and guidance, today would not have been possible. Will the faculty of LSSU please rise and be recognized?
I would like to add my welcome to all of you on this special occasion, and of course, congratulations to our graduates. In 1972, I stood on a stage in a small gym and watched the graduating class of Carsonville-Port Sanilac School pass by. That was my first graduating class as a professional educator. It would seem that after 40 years of watching graduates depart, that there would be little emotion in watching my 41st set of seniors graduate. The reality is a different story. If you're a professional educator, and that accounts for many of the people in the room today, today is what you live for. There's always a little sadness to see the students leave, but there's always that excitement, wondering, what will this group of graduates achieve? Who among these students will we be reading about in state and national years 10 years from now? Or excuse me, state and national news 10 years from now? Because we know we'll be reading about some of them. What great discoveries will come from them? For you parents, today marks another milestone in your parenting. Sometime today, you may have reminisced about the tears you shed when you first sent your son or daughter to kindergarten, or the worries when they entered junior high and then high school. Today is an even bigger step. You send them out into the real world. But before you shed any tears, keep one thought in mind. You may have paid your last tuition payment. For the graduates, today's ceremony is a goalpost of achievement, marking the end of your undergraduate education. For reaching that goal, you should be commended. But what you'll soon realize, if you haven't already, is that this goalpost is just like the others you've already passed. As soon as the celebrations are over, you find there's another goal waiting you. The next one will even be more difficult than the last. Unfortunately, your education doesn't end with this ceremony. It's probably just beginning. There are many of you I've come to know personally, and I'll sincerely miss seeing you on campus. And it's that familiarity with many of you that leads me to the following conclusion. The future of our nation and our state is in good hands. You will provide us with quality leadership, new innovations, great ideas, and improve our democracy. I know you'll do that in the real world because you've already done it here. I wish you the best wherever you go and whatever you do. I know you'll do it well, And always remember, first, you were a Laker. Good luck and thank you. Now it is my pleasure to introduce to you today the Dean of the University of Arizona College of Medicine, Dr. Stuart Flynn. Dr. Flynn came to the University of Arizona from Yale University School of Medicine, where he was a professor of pathology as well as an accomplished researcher. Dr. Flynn has authored over 100 articles, books, and monographs, and has received numerous honors, including the title of America's Top Physician from the Consumers Research Council of America. Before all of this, he was a Laker. I present to you someone we are proud to call our own, Dr. Stuart Flynn.
Well, I am a Laker, and this is overwhelming. I'm so proud to be back here and share your day with you. I want to thank President McLean, the faculty and staff, Kay Bathos for helping me through all of this, and notably graduates, I want to thank you, and loved ones. I am so proud to be here to share your day with you, and I hope this day just adds to your virtual book of memories to your life to this point. I want to put into perspective what standing here feels like, and I truly am overwhelmed sitting in this ice arena where I've watched many games, and now I'm standing in the middle of it and can only be pleased I don't have ice skates on. This is my hometown. This is my university. It's my family, my friends. And these are my roots, and I could not be more proud of all of those. Although there are thousands of graduation ceremonies occurring across the nation at this time every year, this is your graduation, graduates, and I've been invited to share it with you. I can assure you this is a very daunting task, and although the product may not reflect my efforts, I have given great thought to what I wanted to share with you. I do not know how better to express my emotions other than this is truly the most humbling and wonderful experience I have had in my career. When I shared this invitation with others, and what that really means is I bragged, I received a great deal of very unsolicited and free advice. And as many of you know, you often get what you pay for. One of my daughters who attended an East Coast university shared that Matt Lauer from the Today Show gave their commencement address 3 years ago. That set my confidence aback. Matt's a good storyteller. He's a good public speaker. I asked my oldest daughter to reflect on her college graduation, and she immediately said, well, the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, gave our graduation speech. So I thought maybe there was something to be gleaned from this, and I said, well, how did she do? I should not have asked, as my daughter beamed and said she was unbelievable. She discussed world peace, and she discussed stories about her husband when President Clinton was in office. Truly, that made me panic. So I went to the one person who I often have gone to during my life for sage advice, and a person whose opinion I respect tremendously, and that's my father, who actually is a professor emeritus from this university. When I asked for his advice on this talk, there was a very deliberate pause, and I waited anxiously to hear profound words of wisdom come out of his mouth. And finally, with great theater, he exclaimed, I have but one bit of advice. The graduates want to get their diplomas, and their families want to celebrate with the graduates, and the only thing that will delay this outcome is you. So as you can appreciate, I'm not sure it was intentional, but I'm not sure it wasn't. My family did very little to send me to this podium with confidence. So the goals I have set for my time with you, and it's been rigidly cast at 10 minutes, and I have not practiced this, so I am not going to look at my watch. I'd like to have some fun with you, and I will do my best in that regard. I'd like to share some pithy thoughts. That probably won't happen. I'd like to offer you profound worldly advice. That definitely will not happen. And I'd like to be succinct. And at the very least, it is that last goal that both you and I hope I hit. It was truly emotional to come into town yesterday, drive by the various stores, see the hotels filled with cars, assuming in part the business was loved ones coming to watch today's ceremony. And I just would be remiss if I didn't share a few thoughts about my growing up in this city. I was a faculty brat, and I'm glad that was a while ago because the emphasis, as some would have attested, was on the word brat. And my time here, both on this campus and in the SSU, proved absolutely critical to the foundation that I needed that allows me to come up to this podium today. No one can ever challenge that I haven't experienced the rigors of wicked cold and snowy winters. I share this having just left 106 degrees in Phoenix last week. I was the member of my family designated as the snow shoveler. Not quite sure when that vote was taken. And I shoveled walkways while in grade school around this campus. I got $1 a week, no matter how much it snowed. For the old-timers in this audience, you can know there wasn't a great profit in that kind of a pay grade. However, after years and years of shoveling snow, I left to go away to college, and I came back at the first holiday break, and sitting in our garage was a brand new, shiny snowblower. That was not lost on me. I also learned that you should never make fun of a girl named Lillian Cardamone when walking home from Washington School, because she could wash faces with the best of them with snow. And when I say the best, I mean it really hurt. But as my youth transformed into young adulthood, it became apparent upon reflection that both the Sioux and Lake Superior State offered a great environment in which to grow up, representing a safe, fun, and protective community. One in which you could ride your bike any place you wanted to go. You could even hitchhike to Sherman Park to go swimming. Unfortunately, those days are gone. Although overused, my experiences wonderfully epitomize the saying that it truly does take a village to raise a child. I love my years at Lake State, and I felt my education and the environment of challenge and discovery prepared me nicely for the journey I was about to embark on, leading to today. You have just spent, graduates, several years in this environment, and I can only hope that you have had similar experiences. When people ask where I am from, I love saying Sault Ste. Marie. I am shocked by the number of people who know about the Sioux and have even visited here. I wait for the next question, which I actually hear with some frequency, and that is, wow, you're a Yooper. And with great pride and very serious, I tell them, yes, I am. I am so thankful for all the city and the university have done for me. They've grounded me. I am very proud and appreciative of my roots, and I hold them dearly to my heart. So with my life's journeys to date, what do I want to share with you? Many of you are about to enter the workforce, and you will quickly wear the hat of both being supervised by someone, that someone would be called your boss, as well as being the supervisors of others. And I can assure you, as you climb the ladder of responsibility, your ability to lead others will become critical to your success, as well as that of your company, your university, or whatever it is you're leading. To this end, rather than sharing negative qualities of leaders that we see with some frequencies, characteristics of leaders not to follow, I would briefly like to share only 3 qualities and 3 individuals in my life who who I have found to be the epitome of leadership. And of course, in my experience, the leaders with these traits have been those who have maximized outcomes for their organizations. These are people I revere and qualities I try hard to emulate. The first quality that became evident very early in my career is one's work ethic. Or stated differently, one who leads by example and does more than his or her coworkers. It is much easier as you become a supervisor over a group of colleagues to delegate work, which of course is part of your job. However, it will not be lost on those you are supervising if you become known only as a delegator, rather than someone who rolls up your sleeves and works side by side with you as a colleague. And if this is your style, you truly may not understand how negatively you are viewed. However, the productivity and the morale of your unit will speak volumes. My boss and mentor at Stanford University, Dr. Richard Kempson, was a profound role model for me of someone who embodied an impeccable work ethic. He was the vice president of Stanford University's Hospital and Medical School, so certainly had innumerable tasks to deal with. He was also a world-renowned physician. As a young faculty member, he took on the role as my mentor. So I was more than a tad nervous one day when his secretary called me and asked if I would come to Dr. Kempson's office. What he shared with me, however, has forever been my model to emulate. Succinctly, he told me that my job at Stanford required that I had protected research time. And he told me, your career at its earliest point will be cast based on how your research goes. So he told me if anyone tried to fill my protected research time with other duties, I was to give those duties to Dr. Kempson, and he would perform them for me. He was serious, and he was sincere. His altruism and work ethic enveloped everything he did, qualities that unfortunately I have seen only in the minority of so-called leaders over my years. Another endearing quality is humility. Most of us love to talk about ourselves, and as you will find, graduates, as you get older, your accomplishments get greater. A student of mine at Yale University was such a wonderful example of being amazingly accomplished, yet you would never know this in talking with him. For some odd reason one day, I asked his classmates, who's the leader of this class? Probably not the wisest thing to ask a bunch of peers. And they very quickly answered, Albert, this very quiet, hard-working student who never brought attention to himself. I would not have guessed that that was their answer at that point in time, but I will share that after Albert left Yale, he went to MIT, got his PhD in aerospace engineering, he became a flight surgeon, and he's now a shuttle astronaut. This young man calls me every few months, and you would never know that he is one of our nation's leaders. I brag about him all the time, but I never once have heard him talk about himself. He is phenomenally accomplished and phenomenally humble. The last quality I want to share that I have found critical, among others, to success and the spirit of an organization and its workers is being fair-spirited. One of my favorite professors at Lake State, the late Dr. Arthur Dewey, epitomized this beautifully from my point of view. He had a pretty demanding, and by pretty I mean very demanding, grading scale. The grading scheme was 93% and above was an A. Of course, at the start of every semester, a student who hadn't had Dr. Dewey would say, well, how about if I get a 92.7? And the answer, very consistently from Dr. Dewey, was, that would be a B. Dr. Dewey communicated the rules clearly and definitively at the beginning of each semester, and as I can personally attest, the grade you got was the one you earned. One didn't have to be enamored with his demands, but there was clarity and comfort in knowing that his rules applied to all in an equal and fair fashion. In college, one person told me I must go to medical school. This person was Dr. Dewey. For this, I am forever indebted to Dr. Dewey and to Lake Superior State. I share these examples as you walk off this stage, diploma in hand, and enter the workforce a few years after I had done the same. I will submit to you that I believe your ability to succeed in your job will be much less determined by how smart you are, but rather be much more driven on the qualities that define you as a person, such as work ethic, humility, and fairness, among others. Don't be passive in deciding the qualities you wish to have during your career. Periodically reflect where you are on this path, and critically, are you pleased with the course you are on? And I am confident that these qualities are equally as important in your relationships outside of work, notably among family and friends. I would like to leave you with these parting words. Be fair, be kind, be happy, and we will read about you down the coming years. Congratulations, and again, thank you for allowing me to share your wonderful day with you.
Thank you, Dr. Flynn. When I first meet with new students and their parents, I talk with them about the things one must do to be successful as a student beyond spending sufficient time studying. Among the suggestions I offer include a need for really good time management skills, a willingness to try different things and to embrace new experiences. Today's student respondent, Peter DeCracker, really took me seriously. He's been one of the most involved and engaged students that I have ever encountered. Your commencement program offers an impressive list of the ways in which he has experienced Lake State, while also contributing to life in our community academically, in the extracurricular activities, and the co-curricular activities. In fact, this is not the first time that Peter has been on the arena floor. His last gig was singing the Canadian and U.S. national anthems at commencement last year. Additionally, as noted in your program, Peter has expanded his love of the outdoors since arriving at LSSU and has actually taken it to new heights, literally. He's worked as a sky ranger. That title comes from a job he's had for the past 3 summers in Colorado, where he's one of a staff that manages an enormous zip line and high ropes facility. Peter is an education major and has spent the last semester student teaching. I am positive that he will bring his enthusiasm for learning and exploring into his classroom, and I have no doubt that he will effectively encourage his students to experience a greater breadth of activities and seek out a variety of experiences that will serve to round out their education. Please join me in welcoming Peter to the podium.
Thank you. Families and friends in the audience, faculty, staff, and my classmates. It is an honor to speak with you today as a representative of the class of 2012. I am very thankful that I have been given the privilege to address my classmates and peers who I have grown to know in the last 4 years. I must first take this opportunity to express, on behalf of the students sitting here today, our heartfelt gratitude to all of you who have made a positive impact on our lives. I would also like to give a hearty thank you to Jeff, Dan, and Rich for creating this beautiful scenery here in the arena today. From parents to friends, faculty to staff, each of us have been blessed to have tremendous support throughout our college career, and we thank you. We have found ourselves under the confines of Taffy Able Arena for our last time as students of Lake Superior State University. For me, and I know many of you, some of my fondest memories of college happened right here in this arena, watching hockey titans clash. It is only fitting that a building with so much history and so many stories behind it has come alive for yet another joyous memory for our class. Our journey as Lakers has finally come to its conclusion, and today we celebrate as college graduates. At the end, you begin to think about the beginning and the moments in between. Now, I can only hope that my fellow classmates were able to get as much out of their college experience as I did. Those of you who know me, or may have heard of me, you probably refer to me as that guy who does everything. And it is true. I made it a point to be as active as I could within the campus community. However, this does come at a high price. Sleep, healthy eating habits, free time. These were most of the things that I gave up by being so active. But what were a few hours of sleep compared to some experiences and moments where I had an influence on someone else's life in a positive way? Years from now, I'm sure I will reflect on my time here at Lake State, remembering the good times as well as the bad, and I know all of my peers sitting here will as well. For myself, I had the privilege of working and living with some outstanding gentlemen as we toughed it out in the harshest working environment you can find on a college campus, the freshman boys' dorm. It was a grand adventure and a priceless learning experience, but in the end, my camaraderie with the RAs of Brady is one I'll always cherish and use to guide me on my next great adventure. Today marks a day filled with much emotion and memory. However, part of my message to my classmates is to remember the past and learn from it, but do not dwell on it. I encourage you not to wish that you could return to your years of being a college student back when things were easier or simpler or fun. You have been granted an opportunity that millions in this world are never fortunate enough to have. So be thankful for what you have accomplished and experienced. Even as we remember the past and the lessons in and outside the classroom, I also encourage my fellow graduates to steam forward into the future, the journey that lies ahead. Our lives after college will take us into a world which is changing faster than ever. And the world that many of us grew up and spent our childhood is now but a faint memory. Our journey forward is filled with excitement, but also much uncertainty. Economies around the world struggle. Nations are revolting against their leaders, and tensions are high. Yet here we are, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, feeling ready to take on the world. On top of this, there are some in this world who believe that my generation, my peers, are an unmotivated group. We have been dubbed the Facebook generation, believed to be lost in our technology and our social media, unattentive to the reality check that we're about to have. Sadly, I may have to agree with them. Social media has become second nature in our lives, and instead of harnessing its true power of sharing information and connecting the world, most of us use it as a mindless form of social entertainment, the activity of choice as we carelessly let the time go by. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot afford our time to slip away in such an irrelevant manner. We have work to do. When I think about the great generations before me and the challenges they faced and conquered, I quickly feel inadequate. It is true that recent years have brought troubling economic times and much uncertainty, but still, what Great Depression have I witnessed in my lifetime? What world war have I seen shroud the entire planet? This type of adversity has yet to meet myself and my classmates. But I firmly believe that our great challenge as the class of 2012 has yet to be realized, and we have a lot yet to prove to the world. Now, I'm not angered by comments about my generation. I simply use those words to motivate me. When our challenge comes, I'm confident that we will rise to meet it head-on. However, conquering adversity is not an automatic conclusion. We must all have a headstrong mindset as we begin the rest of our lives. Don't sit there and write a status update about life's inevitable challenges. Meet them head-on. Don't shy away into an ordinary life. Strive to be extraordinary. Forget about social media. Step outside your comfort zone. Live with integrity, live with honor, and exercise your rights. When our great challenge presents itself, I hope that you can find motivation from a man whose words and actions have inspired many across generations. I'm talking, of course, about Rocky Balboa. He said, "The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it's not about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done." Class of 2012, it is now our moment to prove to the world how much we can take. We've been given this tremendous opportunity as college graduates, and we must now become the architects of a healthy future for the generations following in our footsteps. You now have a choice to make, a choice and a chance to live your life in a way which rises above and beyond what society expects of you. Show them what it means to be a Laker. I wish the very best to all of you, graduates, friends, family, faculty, and staff, in your endeavors, and I thank you for sharing this experience with me. Good luck, and keep on rocking in the free world. Thank you.
It's now time to announce the winner of the Distinguished Teaching Award. The Distinguished Teacher is a member of the LSSU faculty who exemplifies the best of LSSU. A distinguished teacher demonstrates command of his or her subject matter, explains difficult concepts clearly, utilizes creative and innovative methods in order to engage students, generates excitement and enthusiasm for the subject, maintains challenging learning standards, inspires students, and serves as a role model. Each year since 1971, Lake Superior State University has honored one of its faculty members as its distinguished teacher. Students, colleagues, and alumni submit nominations. A select committee comprising 5 of the most recent recipients of the award and graduating students with the highest grade point averages in their schools chose this year's honoree based on letters submitted by students, colleagues, and alumni. A reception for this year's recipient will be held today, immediately following this ceremony, in the Crow's Nest of the Sisler Center. Everyone is welcome to attend. This year's winner has been described as an ideal role model, not only for the students in his or her classes, but the faculty and others they work with on a daily basis. This person has a unique ability to relate to students and to present information and difficult concepts in a way that is relevant and easy to understand. This individual has a genuine passion for the subject matter taught, causing students to be excited for the class. This faculty member works to secure funding through grants to allow students to gain valuable field experience. This professor never enters the classroom without a smile on their face, and as soon as she begins to teach, it is evident that she truly loves what she does and is willing to do everything in her power to encourage students to pursue what she is most passionate about. It gives me great pleasure to announce this year's recipient of the Distinguished Teaching Award, a faculty member who is a great scientist and professor, who is kind and compassionate, and who genuinely cares about her students and is willing to assist them in any way possible to ensure their individual success. This year's winner is known by students as the energetic, blonde, Fisheries, Professor Dr. Ashley Murky.
Thank you. My family. I thought I was going to make it through today without crying, but apparently not. So I just want to thank a tremendous support team, my colleagues who, when I showed up on day one, I had no idea what I was doing, what I was supposed to do, and through the years, they've given me guidance and feedback on my struggles and my successes in the classroom, and theirs as well, which has really made me, I think, be able to be more successful in the classroom. I've got to thank my family and my friends who are a tremendous support system and have dealt with many working vacations and my husband who puts up with my kind of strong work hard, play hard ethic and mentality and keeps up with that and tries to keep me grounded from being too much of a geeky scientist. And of course, my students who are awesome, who make this job wonderful for me. It's why I get up in the morning and why I love what I do. And I get so much from you guys, just like hopefully I'm able to give a little bit of that back. And thank you. I can't express my gratitude enough. I'm very appreciative.
It is my privilege now to begin the presentation of the class of 2012 of Lake Superior State University. The degree candidates will be presented in the order listed in your program and escorted by our commencement marshal. We invite you to come forward to take pictures of your distinguished graduates as they receive their diplomas.
It's an honor and a privilege for me today to introduce you to the individuals that make up the class of 2012 at Lake Superior State University. The School of Education, the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, or Associate are Emily Ann McMorrow, magna cum laude. Carrie Lynn Akins. Sarah Marie Kester, magna cum laude. Gloria Renee Lama. Amy Marie Lawson. Lindsay Elaine Mansfield. Tiffany Marie Mitchell. Elizabeth Marie Mushlock, magna cum laude. Katie Marie Plitz, cum laude. Maria Elizabeth Taylor, cum laude. Jessica Noel Wagner. Chelsea K. Berkshire. Lanny K. Castine, cum laude. Andrea Nicole Clemenson. Dustin James Conley. Alexia Lynn DePlanty. Chelsea Elizabeth Frambies. Ashley Nicole Lewis, cum laude. Monica Lynn Maurice. Natalie Kristen Newhouse. Jamie Lynn Ojala. Nicholas Perkovich Ferrand. Emily Aaron Perot. Renee Marie Rich, cum laude. Jennifer Lynn Sheely, summa cum laude. Christina Ashley Walls. Kimberly Dawn Ward. Justin Robert Werner. Amanda Christine James. Elizabeth Ann Stemke. The College of Arts, Letters, Social Sciences, and Emergency Services. The candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in the School of Communication, Studies, and the Fine and Performing Arts are Adrienne Michelle DeVito, Alexandra Victoria Lawson, Gina Karen Radzinski, cum laude. Eric Daniel Carnes, Gregory Paul Polkowski, Daniel James Steinhardt. The candidates for the Bachelor of Science, Associate, or Certificate in the School of Criminal Justice, Fire Science, and Emergency Medical Services are Dominic Borelli, Elizabeth Luann Copeland, Ellen Nicole Lewis, Christara Joe Skakel, Michael Thomas Boylan, Chad David Alexander, magna cum laude, Guy Analucci, Shannon Marie Byers, Jennifer Michelle Kronk, Adriana Marie Gunderson, Morris Allen Hall, Brittany Ann Hems, Jessica Ann Matricus, magna cum laude, Thomas Justin Stewart, Lindsay May Swanson, Ricky Christine Wallace. Samantha Jo Youngsma. Corey Lane Markison. Caitlin Florence Kane. Zachary Paul Bishop. Catherine Ruth DeVito. David Christopher Kohler, Jr. Renee Danielle Neff. Jill Marie Parker. Helen Ann Emily Prince. Matthew Stephen Rose. Jess Ian Sanner, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Adela Sarkozy. Richard Roland William Wells. Amanda Ann Wisniewski. Eric Michael Baldwin. Earl James Christensen III. Tyler Nicholas Kronk. Curveball there. Ross Benjamin DeYoung. Jeremy William Sed. Joshua Noah Geiersbach. Michaela Nicole Gurnall. Andrew Quentin Hafler, cum laude. Justin Mackenzie Horse. Justin Robert Isles. Daniel Joseph Loader. Gregory Scott Mahaffey II. Nicole Ellen Mitchell. Chelsea Lynn Norris. Douglas Philip Paul, cum laude. Christopher Michael Lee Peters. Travis Darren Toth, cum laude. Nicholas William Breed. Scott Malcolm Lamont. David Levi Stoltzfus. Kyle Anthony McWilliams. Michael Vincent Othier. Caleb James Borchardt. Charlie Marie Cortez. Kevin Michael Dugan. Colin William Edwards. Brandon John Horstman. Eric Patrick Moss. Mitchell Dean Masser. Ryan Michael Mickett. Andrew Joseph Schulte. David Charles Stadler. Jacob Lee Staley. Benjamin Paul Steckety. Charlene Elizabeth Taylor. Kyle Jacob Wendling, magna cum laude. Justin Anthony Williams. Justin Michael Wood. Patrick Glenn Wright. Jacob Wayne Wyan. Jason Edwin Wyand. Bo Adam Yavor. Nathan Raymond Kusler, summa cum laude. Teresa Ann McNeely Berkeley, magna cum laude. Peter Theodore Nave. Bradley Scott Harlos. The candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in the School of English and Language Studies are Aaron Patrick Fader, Kezia Lori Wise. Thank you. The candidates for the Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science in the School of Social Sciences are Brant James Coulter, Craig Andrew Palmer, magna cum laude, Valen Rose Shaw, Amanda Catherine Smith, summa cum laude, Jeffrey Michael Thomas, cum laude, Robert Thomas Steinhoff, magna cum laude, Ian Douglas Barber, Stuart Allen Benson, Richard Andrew Gibson, Crystal Lynn Gabanchi, Ashley Sue Holmes, Stephen Paul McCarthy, magna cum laude, Jonathan C. Smith, Janelle Patricia Lauren Bockwell, cum laude, Billy Joe Ennis, Sarah Jane Yates, summa cum laude, Jennifer Chantel Gehring, cum laude, Nicole Aaron Graham, magna cum laude, Emily Sue Kenny, summa cum laude. Megan Lee Parks. Cheyenne Marie Schinnebarger, summa cum laude. Katie Ann Vanador. Jessica Lynn Van Horn. Danielle Marie Vanyor, magna cum laude. Jeremy D. Hepfer. Haley Rose Pretkelis. Peter Randall DeCracker, cum laude. Timothy James Hepfer. Jessica Audrey Morovsky. Whitney Lou Brooks. Jeannie Lucille O'Brien. Is it Megan? Megan Ann Havens. Megan Nicole Wolf. Jessica Mary Beamlander. Shauna Allison Myers. Thank you. The College of Business, Engineering, and Economic Development. The candidates for the Bachelor of Science or Associate in the School of Business are Chelsea Marie Babcock. Catherine Lee Blankenship. Nicholas Lawrence Cordes. Stephen Edward Demps. Marissa Jean Dorenzi. Melissa Marie Niles, cum laude. David Matthew Pauley, magna cum laude. Sean Marie Surlis. Jessica Margaret Anderson, magna cum laude. Melissa Ann Charleboy, cum laude. Michael David Gagne. Sally Ray Kramer. Jane Marie Lefebvre. Ronald William Midyet. Alexandria Marie Nuding. Catherine Marie Spain, cum laude. Sally Ann White, cum laude. Amanda Elizabeth Sullivan. Thank you. Leslie Ann Booth, magna cum laude. Sarah Ann Cantrell. Jamie Nicole Hayak. Micah Joel Hudson. Andrew Patrick Knock. Robert Orville Mallet. Jennifer Lee Peacock. Gail Jacqueline Steele, cum laude. Daniel Gregory Tinknell. Rachel Lynn Williamson. Dawn Cherie Suntag. Michael James Barrett. He must know someone. Summers Jean Captain. Anthony Lawrence LaJoy. Kyle Anton Polber, cum laude. Penny Joe Pavlot, summa cum laude. Kyle Aaron Haynes. Lindsay Doris McLeod. Megan Kathleen Parker. Chelsea D. Rees. Adam Patrick Bortz, cum laude. Alfred Romeo Cassiani. Benjamin Alexandra Charbonneau, cum laude. That's Alexander, sorry. Megan Lynn Umler, cum laude. Rachel Lynn Skim. Ronald Allen Neal Jr. Linda Allison Darmagray. The candidates for the Bachelor of Science or an Associate in the School of Engineering and Technology are Jordan Mark Janak. Thank you. Bradley Robert Starks. Ryan Thomas Tingle. Matthew John Kakamo. Nicole Marie Karstensen. Nicholas Robert Fitzpatrick. Timothy Neil Galloway. Joshua Caleb Corman. Justin Michelle LaCroix. Zachary Lee Lynch. Benjamin Grant Martin. Scott Adam Martin. Eduardo Yvonne Sarda. The College of Natural and Mathematical Sciences. The candidates for the Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science in the School of Biological Sciences are Andrew Patrick Hallinan, Loren Nicole Benedict, cum laude, Vishnu Chander, magna cum laude, Coral Joy Makowski, Sean Patrick O'Mara, cum laude, Nathan Michael Otter, Michael Allen Parrish, Savannah Marie Pavlot. Cassie Susan Schemberger, cum laude. Megan Marie Scott. Lauren Marie Davison. Jonathan Charles Troop. Juliet Rebecca Wallace. Shauna Ray Ward. Michael Lee McCarthy. Shane William Albright. Amanda Jane Chambers, magna cum laude. Joshua Germond Crane. Christopher F. Dye. Douglas Edward Galvis. Stephen A. Gambicki. Alexander Reed Ingersoll. Luke Nathan Kaiser. Michael Shane Lynch. Tara Marie Novak. Sarah Ann Pierce Myrink. Dawn Marie Petrowski. Nicole Marie Powers. Ellis Lee Rotz II. Jacob Brian Riley, magna cum laude. Michael Bruce Tower. Elizabeth K. Williams. James Lee Zellinger, Jr., cum laude. The candidates for the Bachelor of Science or an Associate in the School of Mathematics and Computer Science are Bo Liu, Nicholas Joseph Eitram, cum laude. Craig Gerald Grambo. David William Heat. Dennis Edward Menard, magna cum laude. Loren Michelle Rawson. Tyler Michael Timler. Christopher Michael Haddocks. Mikhail Ray Swift. Michael David Wilson. Martin Weingarten. Lori Rebecca Chaperone. Emily Ann Joseph, cum laude. Cynthia Alexis Laurie, magna cum laude. Martin George McPherson. Jesse Elliott Monroe. Jerome Douglas London. Ryan Thomas Saunders. The candidates for the Bachelor of Science in the School of Physical Science are Nathan Charles Kuhn. Benjamin David Schaus, magna cum laude. Victoria Marie Schlag, magna cum laude. Melissa Diane Landry. Megan Marie Clark. Jonathan Ross Davis. Sarah Mackenzie Foreman. Jessica Jean Mackey. Emma Catherine Ringer. Cassandra Marie Stinson. Alexandria Kathleen Trochet. John Robert Kyneth. Elizabeth Rose Gates. Abraham McClaremore IV. Jeffrey Bryce Ross, magna cum laude. The College of Nursing, Recreation Studies, and Exercise Science. The candidates for the Bachelor of Science, Associate of Applied Science, or Certificate in the School of Nursing are Chelsea Shea Bergman, Kimberly Renee Booms, Corey James Bucci, Jennifer Renee Campbell, Ashley Marie Chamberlain, summa cum laude. Angela Dawn Chartier, magna cum laude. Corey Joe Cremines, magna cum laude. Catherine Michelle Farnsworth. Caitlin E. Flory. Andrew Vernon Gibson. Olivia Marlene Grobel, summa cum laude. Carrie Ann Gunville. Chelsea Ann Kent, magna cum laude. Lena Helen Lapointe. Andrea Louise Laurie. Rachel Lynn Maison. Brittany Alexandria McCourt, magna cum laude. Laura Eileen Miziak, cum laude. Danielle Catherine Mashinsky. Danielle Lynn Peterson. Nicole Marie Pichelle. Rebecca Jo Reyes, cum laude. Tanya Elizabeth Rogers. Kelly Morgan Schmidt. Joshua Gerard Somerville, cum laude. Megan Lynn Somerville, cum laude. Kenneth Robert Steele. Lindsay Nicole Swartz. Charisma Francine Vance. Anna Mae Welch. Gina Marie Williams. Erin Serena Bartholomew. Stacy Marie Daly. Aubrey Ray Danielson. Twyla Marie Fike. Kyla Ashley Lee Hammock. Trista Marie Kieser, cum laude. Caitlin Danae Kennard. Marcy Marlene Malport. Andrea Shirley Moore. Carly Ann Weipert. April Jean Bouchard. Diane Marie Kempf. Christopher Thomas King. Connie Marie King. Dolores Margaret Kivy. Allison Marie McCord. Sharon Elizabeth San Angelo. Thank you. The candidates for the Bachelor of Science or Associate in Recreation Studies and Exercise Science are Maddie Rose Taylor, Courtney Irene Bailey, Erin Lynn Barr, Lisa Ann Lee Madra, summa cum laude, Rachel Marie Greco, Ryan J. Gridzak, Brittany Lee Newberry, cum laude, Tasha Marie Carroll, Lucas Conrad Pease, Sarah Nicole Chuber, cum laude, Rachel Louise Bunner, cum laude, Alexander James Scott, Jillian Autumn Willette, Frederick John Williams, Jr., Jacob Aaron Bussey, Nicole Marie Craven, Benjamin Ryan Dietrich, cum laude, Adam Brian Dunton, Mark M. Hayes, magna cum laude, Jacob Andrew Sim, John Franklin Stewart, David John Weemhoff, Daniel John Weemhoff, just checking, Courtney Elizabeth Amble, Sarah Elizabeth Murphy, Rebecca Elizabeth Griffith, okay. The candidates for the Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, or Associate of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies are Violet Fran Buck, Karen Kelly Gilbert, Carla Marie Marcellus, George Perali, Victoria Louise Wellman Teeple, Amy Lynn Porter, Kyle Keith Hunt, Joan Seacrest Maxwell, Donna Joy Ruling, magna cum laude. Jessica Lynn Reinberg. Shayna Ann Sherbet. Shelley Marie Roshan.
Will the candidates for the degrees please rise? President McLean, it is my pleasure to present to you the graduating class of 2012 of Lake Superior State University.
By the power invested in me by the state of Michigan, acting through the Board of Trustees of Lake Superior State University, I confer the degrees of Associate, Associate of Applied Science, Associate of Arts, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Master of Arts, and certificates with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Graduates, It is my pleasure to congratulate you on this important accomplishment. You may now move your tassels to the left. Congratulations.
Graduates, you may be seated. Congratulations to the graduates, and welcome to the family of Lake Superior State University alumni. You now join the ranks of more than 28,000 alumni of LSSU, living in every state in this fine country, every province in Canada, and in many nations all around the world. I encourage you to stay in touch with your alma mater. Share with us your milestones, your accomplishments, your successes. We care. You can keep in touch via email, phone, the website, even U.S. mail. We love to hear from you. The Alumni Association sponsors many events and programs all over the country every year, and we want to include you in our invitations. Once again, congratulations to the graduates and on your new status as alumni of Lake Superior State University.
Now, there is a group of individuals here today in abundance without whom this event could not have occurred. They are the mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, grandparents, cousins, wives, and friends of you, the graduates, all of whom have provided support, encouragement, love, money, a listening ear, and yes, sometimes even a shoulder to cry on. Will all those people whom I might have, and those I might have missed, please stand, and graduates, this is your chance to recognize them.
This concludes the commencement exercises for the class of 2012 of Lake Superior State University. Graduates and their guests are invited to a reception for the Distinguished Teacher of the Year to be held in the Sisler Center in the conference room following commencement. The audience is requested to remain seated during the recessional. In recognition of the new graduates, the Abizi drummers from Brimley, Michigan, will perform a native honor song.